I think that oftentimes people mix up, back to your point, friendly and friends. You can be a friendly person with a lot of people, but you're not friends with everyone.
100%. And that's where I missed the mark. And that's where I'm acknowledging that this is not solely Vee's fault. This is also my fault for not acknowledging some of these things and not speaking up sooner. I also, once I realized this and I started building resentment, I wasn't going directly to Vee in the beginning because I kept thinking, oh, it'll get better. It will become friends. And then we had the office together. We had that first big falling out when I realized what she did behind my back and, with my ex-husband. And that sort of severed a lot, I feel. We should have ended the business right there. But then because we ended it so amicably and we were so professional about it, I was like, okay, if she can own this and we can also end this the way it is, why are we going to end the business? And so it's sort of come in waves. And then at one point, I finally hit my wall and I went directly to Vee and I said, what the fuck are we doing? We are not friends. Like, we are not co-parents. We are not any of this. Like, we do not hang out. We don't have conversations outside of business. We don't even talk co-parenting until the last year and some change, maybe close to 2 years. It was like, personally speaking on the co-parenting front was like, Joe was not doing his job. And then when other things started to happen,
So there you go. She's saying that Joe was not doing his job as a co-parent and it got bad over the last year. And this is where we had them take that first little break that we noticed. And then they switched from like having conversations at the top of the episode to just going straight into, user question, viewer, listener questions and everything like that. So yeah, wow. We're out here calling Joe, so we're out here low key calling Joe a deadbeat. Listen, he very well could be. I don't know. He never really appeared all that much on the show post, the first year or two. So I don't know what his dynamic is like. I don't know how much he steps up or anything like that. I always thought he was like fully dedicated. The man moved states to be with his son. But Kail has been saying this for a very long time across all of her podcasts that like she's been complaining about Joe more than she even complains about Chris these days, Chris, she was always talking about how he's the love of her life, this, that, and the other. And then she'll talk about him, doing toxic things, but it's never with the same vitriol that she has for Joe. So I do think that something has been going on behind the scenes for the past year with Joe.
He didn't say anything to me. And it wasn't until she was directly impacted by this that then she's coming forward and saying this, and this, that I really was like, this is absolutely nothing like what I thought it was.
I disagree with you a little bit about the friend situation because I think that you both had a desire to be each other's friend, but did not know how to make it happen to be each other's friend. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of things that I know about you guys going to lunch.
So there you go. Kail got caught lying. She's like, we never hung out. We never did anything outside of this business, that, and the other. And Lindsay's like, sis, tell the truth and shame the devil, girl. Y'all used to go out to lunch. There were attempts to be friends, and I believe that they were friends going out to lunch as friends. Kail used to stop by the house to drop Vee off some like eggs from her farm and stuff like that. Like these are very friendly things to do, with people and whatnot. Lunch, dropping off eggs. But now we've got to rewrite history per usual.
I feel like that was an effort to be friends. And then you feeling this resentment in the business because things aren't being shared and you feel like all of your stuff is being aired out and the other person isn't airing out any of their stuff. I think it built further resentment. And that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back.